What's up guys, Jimmy here with a very special video. So those of you guys at home might be thinking to yourself, Jimmy, what's this shirt you're wearing? Why are you wearing it? Just to let you guys know, this is a shirt that I got, I don't know if it was 99 or 2000, but a shirt that for whatever reason I didn't throw away. I got it on clearance and got a lot of gags for it. But I came across it in my closet. I'm like, dude, I gotta wear this shirt again. So here we go. Now the video, as you can see, is my top 10 most anticipated games for the Xbox 720 console. Now there's a lot of games that I've been thinking about, possibilities that could be for this next generation of Xbox console. Guys, definitely leave your top 5 or top 10 list. I definitely want to know what games you want to see for the next Xbox. Okay, leave the top 5 or top 10 list. I do read every single comment, okay? Now there's a lot of games that did not make this list. There's games like Mirror's Edge 2 that I would love to see on the next Xbox. Whereas Far Cry 4 is a possibility too. If you think about, I know Far Cry 3 was just released, but you have that 2-year jump, 2-year window. There possibly could in fact be a new Far Cry game in 2014. But anyway guys, let's get right into this list. Now speaking of EA Games, which published Mirror's Edge, Battlefield 4. Of course, Battlefield 4 is already in the works. And a lot of you guys might be thinking, where are you talking about Battlefield 4 and the Xbox 720? Of course, Battlefield 4 is coming out for the PlayStation 3, the PC, and the Xbox 360. And, you know, for those of you guys that had the chance to pick up Medal of Honor Warfighter, you get to be part of the Battlefield 4 beta. Now, there's no solid release date to when Battlefield 4 is going to be released. And you might be wondering, you know, why am I talking about Battlefield 4 and the Xbox 720? Well, I'm talking about this is because I strongly feel that not only is this game going to be released for the PC, the Xbox 360, and the PlayStation 3, maybe the Wii U, but I strongly feel that it's going to be released for the Xbox 720. A lot of gamers out there, they want a game that's more comparable to the PC in terms of visuals and player count. DICE would love for gamers to have a more comparable experience to the PC, but the current generation of consoles just isn't powerful enough. So I really feel that if the Xbox 720 was released in 2013 or 2014 and Battlefield 4 was released for it, I think you could have the same player count and the same visuals as you would have on the PC. It'd be really interesting to see, and I really think that it's going to happen. So getting right into the next game is another game published by EA, and that is Mass Effect 4. Now, of course, the Mass Effect series, hugely successful, very popular internationally. The most recent release, of course, we had a version of Mass Effect 3 that was released for the Wii U, and there's still a huge following that want more, and they want more than just additional DLC. Mass Effect 3 was very controversial. Of course, you had that ending, but I love Mass Effect 3. I thought it was a pretty sweet game, a pretty unbelievable game, and I would really love to see what BioWare is going to do. They've already announced they're already working on Mass Effect 3, and you know, let's see if we have here the first Mass Effect game, just to show you guys. It has here, it was only available on the Xbox. Of course, it was also released on the PC, and but you know, this was a really important console exclusive, and I'm wondering if Microsoft is going to continue to try to get important exclusives, and if Mass Effect 4 is a possibility for a timed exclusive. Of course, it's not going to be a set exclusive. There's been a lot of timed exclusives for the Xbox 360. Will Mass Effect 4 be a timed exclusive for the Xbox 720? Exclusives is going to be very important for Microsoft building this brand, this new generation of Xbox. It'll be really interesting to see what takes place with the development of Mass Effect 4, if there's going to be any timed exclusivity, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Of course, we do know that Mass Effect 4 will not feature Commander Shepard, but the developers, the way they explained it, talked about how there's just a real just huge possibility to expand upon the Mass Effect universe with no more Commander Shepard, and I can't wait to see what they do. Most of BioWare games I absolutely love, and I'm really looking forward to learning more details about Mass Effect 4. So next up on the list is Gears of War 4. Now, of course, you have a really important game for the Xbox 360 coming out in a few months. You have Gears of War Judgment, which is going to be developed by the folks at People Can Fly. Now, Gears of War Judgment is a prequel to the Gears of War series, and it's actually one I'm really looking forward to, mainly because for any of you guys that had the chance to play through Bulletstorm, you know, I had the chance to play through Bulletstorm. That is an unbelievable game, and that was developed by the folks from at People Can Fly, and it's a great game, so I'm really looking forward to get my hands on Gears of War Judgment. But Gears of War 4, this is one that, a couple things that I think it's going to have. Obviously, it's going to be exclusive to the Xbox console, I believe, to the Xbox 720, but also it's going to be powered by the Unreal Engine that Epic has been working on for the past few years. You know, Epic actually has had the Unreal 4 engine, or the new Unreal Engine. A lot of games right now use the Unreal 3 engine, but the Unreal 4 engine, Epic had stated on how the current generation of consoles just can't hang. They cannot play and use and implement the Unreal 4 engine because the consoles just aren't strong enough. They're not powerful enough. So with the Xbox 720, the specs are what they should be for a true next-gen console. It should have no problem running the Unreal 4 engine. You know, playing the Gears of War games, those games are just gorgeous looking games. They look unbelievable. They're just incredible looking games. You know, the first Gears of War game really was eye candy to a lot of people, and people were like, man, this really is a next generation game. This is the reason why I'm spending hundreds of dollars to get a new console, because this game looks unbelievable, and it's just, this game is fun to play. Gears of War 4, be interesting to learn more. You know, it's a very important franchise to the Xbox brand, and I don't think it's going to probably come out in 2013 with Gears of War Judgment coming out in 2013, but I could definitely see it coming out and being released in 2014. So Halo 3, Halo Reach, you got Halo ODST, you got Halo 4, you got Halo Wars, you got all these different, I'm probably even missing something, we got all these different Halo games for the Xbox 360. Will Halo 5 be coming out for the 360? Probably not. It's probably going to be released for the Xbox 720. Halo 4 is a gorgeous, gorgeous looking game. So it'll be really interesting to see how the next installment in the Halo franchise, Halo 5, and the direction they go, the way it looks. Of course, they're going to be putting a lot of resources into the single player campaign, a lot of resources, of course, into the epic multiplayer. But Halo 5 is definitely a game I could see coming out for the Christmas season in 2014. You know, a while back they had talked about, for a few years, there was kind of a break in the Halo franchise, and Microsoft Studios had stated on how that long of a break for a major Halo game was too long. So I don't think you're going to have to wait 3 years. You're not going to have to wait till 2015 for Halo 5. It's definitely going to be released by 2014. If it's not, I would be very, very surprised. So one game that unfortunately didn't do as well as Microsoft had hoped for is the console exclusive Alan Wake. Now, the Alan Wake games, of course, you have Alan Wake and Alan Wake American Nightmare. These are great, great games. And at the end of the first Alan Wake game, there was just this huge cliffhanger, and you just really wanted to dive into the sequel. Unfortunately, there really hasn't been any solid, concrete word on when that sequel is going to be released. I love Alan Wake. I know a lot of people did not like it. A lot of people did not get the chance to play it, but it's the Alan Wake games. I did actually a review for Alan Wake American Nightmare recently, and it's available for the PC and the Xbox 360. I am really hoping that Remedy is working on a sequel for the Xbox 720, because the game right now on the 360, the first one, an American Nightmare, it looks amazing. It looks incredible. And not just that, it's incredible in terms of storytelling. Just a great storytelling experience. If you're into a game or a franchise that has a great story to really pull you in, check out the Alan Wake franchise. And yeah, Alan Wake 2 definitely in my top 10 list because I think it has a lot of potential. Okay, of course, this year Gearbox Software brought us Borderlands 2, and I love that game. It's a very fun and funny game, and it's funny actually. Randy Pitchford talked about when they were developing Borderlands 2, they were adding so many features and so much to do, so much new content, so many new ideas in the sequel than from what they added upon from the first Borderlands game. They were actually, Randy Pitchford said that they temporarily had toyed with the idea on calling Borderlands to Borderlands 3, but they said on how that would be a little too pompous, a little too arrogant. And so, of course, you have Borderlands 2. For Borderlands 3, you know, of course, in the fall, early fall, Borderlands 2 was released, and you have that two-year window. I'm definitely thinking that the next installment of Borderlands 3, will be released for the Xbox 720. And if they can kind of like add upon what they added upon, you know, first Borderlands game, I loved it, and they kind of went up and above, in my opinion, on improving that game with Borderlands 2. They can kind of improve upon that. I'd be just really impressed, mainly because you have this next-gen tech, some new things they can maybe implement. Of course, there's new technology that's probably going to be used in the next generation of gaming consoles that we don't even know about. For better or worse, you know, these new features are going to be added to these consoles. Some of them are going to be good, some of them are going to be not so good. But anyway, guys, I'm really looking forward to Borderlands 3, and I really think that it's going to be released in 2014. So one of my favorite games for the Xbox 360, and it's also available for the Wii, the PlayStation 2, and the PC, is Bully. Now, Bully is a game by Rockstar, and a very fun and just hilarious open world game. You're at this private school, taking on the jocks, taking on all different cliques and societies and cultures that exist on campus. You get to go up against kind of like unethical teachers. One of my favorite games for the 360, and a while back, I think this is a couple years ago, the composer for the first Bully game had talked about how he was doing the music for Bully 2. He said it right off the bat. Of course, you have GTA 5 that's coming out in 2013. Will Rockstar's next game be Bully 2? I'm not sure. I'm actually going to talk more about that and maybe Rockstar's plans, but I'm really hoping that we get a sequel sooner than later. It's been several years since the last, since Bully was released, and just a really special type of game. You know, most of the games that Rockstar has released, I've loved, and I think Bully, unfortunately, is a game that didn't really get the respect and attention that it deserves. But hopefully that can be corrected with Bully 2. So it's been a while since Fallout 3 was released, and there have been rumors back and forth on where Fallout 4 is going to take place, the city and state, and there's been a lot of rumors going around. And you know what, not too long ago I did a video talking about Fallout 4 and what I hope to see for Fallout 4, and there were a few other games that I talked about with that game. By far, most of the comments, and I'm still getting comments for that video, but most of the people commenting on that video were talking about how excited they were for Fallout 4. The fan base, if you think the fan base is huge for Fallout 3, you might even be underestimating it. Millions of people are ready to get their hands on Fallout 4, and I really think it's going to be released for the Xbox 720. There is a possibility, of course, it's going to be for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, but I don't know. I mean, if they're going to announce it at this E3 or anytime soon, usually it takes a year or so for a major release like that to hit retail shelves. Something like Fallout 4. I could see it definitely being released for the Xbox 720 in 2014. We'll have to wait and see. And will they in fact have additional DLC like they had with Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, of course? And will they probably have timed exclusive contracts with Microsoft like they did with Fallout 3 and New Vegas? Probably. Nonetheless, I am really looking forward for when they make the official announcement for Fallout 4, and I think there's some real potential that they could do for the Xbox 720. So Red Dead Redemption is one of my favorite games for the 360, and I talked about how Bully, is Rockstar gonna have after GTA 5 Bully 2, or will it be a follow-up to the Red Dead Redemption series? Rockstar had talked about not too long ago on how that they're really excited that a lot of people responded to the Red Dead Redemption and loved it, and that they said on how they really are looking forward to and hope to do a follow-up to the series. Red Dead Redemption is just so unbelievable. Just a gorgeous looking game, incredible voice acting, great story, great controls. There's just not really a whole lot wrong with that game, and I really would love to see a follow-up to that game. So Elder Scrolls 6 is my final pick. Of course, Skyrim came out in 2011, and you know, 2014, that's a 3-year period. I could definitely see Elder Scrolls 6 coming out for the Xbox 720. Of course, you have exclusive content right now, exclusive DLC that's being released for the 360, like Dragonborn, timed exclusive content. And they'll probably do the same thing if Microsoft continues to want to be aggressive with this really important franchise. I can only imagine how amazing Elder Scrolls 6 will look on next-gen consoles. Skyrim, you know, I had the chance to play it last week. It's just an incredible looking game. I love that series. I played through 3, played through 4. I'm still playing 5 because, you know, I played all the way up to the end of the Dragonborn DLC. Just an incredible franchise, and I just really can't wait to learn more about this series. This is a series which I would definitely have no problem buying every 2 years. Of course, that's not the route that Bethesda has done with the Elder Scrolls franchise, but nonetheless, I really think with Elder Scrolls 5 being released in 2011, I could definitely see a sequel being released in 2014. Anyway guys, there is my top 10 list for games that I want to get, or I'm hoping will get released on the Xbox 720. Again, leave your top 5 or top 10 list in the comment section below. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.